Hello, and welcome back to Mapping Your Tech Monday. You may have received an email saying that a company you shop with, bank with, or have an online account with experienced a data breach. That message can sound frightening, especially when it starts talking about personal information being exposed. The first thing to remember is that a data breach does not automatically mean that someone has stolen your identity, taken money from your bank account, or gained access to everything you have online. It means information may have been accessed by someone who is not supposed to have it. What you need to do next depends on what information was involved. An exposed email address is different from an exposed password, credit card number, or social security number. In this video, we are going to break down what a data breach actually is, why they seem to happen so often, and the practical steps you can take to protect yourself without becoming overwhelmed. Let's get started. A data breach happens when private or protected information is accessed, copied, stolen, or accidentally exposed to someone who should not have seen it. Sometimes this happens because a criminal breaks into a company's computer system. Other times, information may be exposed because of a mistake, such as a poorly secured database or a stolen device, or an employee sending information to the wrong person. Not every breach contains the same type of information. One breach may expose names and email addresses, while another can include passwords, payment information, medical records, or social security numbers. It is also important to understand that receiving a breach notice does not necessarily mean criminals have already used your information. The company may be warning you because your information was possibly viewed or included in the exposed files. Think of it like discovering that someone may have found a copy of one of your keys. You may not know whether they have used it, but you should still take steps to protect the door that key opens. It can feel like there's a new data breach in the news every week, and unfortunately, there are several reasons for that. Companies now collect and store huge amounts of information. Every time we create an account, make a purchase, join a mailing list, use an app, or contact customer service, another piece of information may be added to the company's records. That information is valuable to criminals. Even something that seems harmless, like your email address or phone number, can be combined with other information from older breaches to create a convincing scam or attempt to break into your accounts. Companies also depend on complicated computer systems, outside vendors, and large numbers of employees. One weak password, outdated program, dishonest employee, or improperly protected system can sometimes create an opening. We also hear about breaches more often because companies may be required to notify affected customers. In some cases, the breach happened months before the public announcement, so you should still take the notice seriously, even if you have not used that company recently. When you receive a data breach notice, do not panic and start changing every account you have. First, find out exactly what information may have been exposed. Look for a section explaining whether the breach involved names, email addresses, passwords, payment information, medical records, social security numbers, or something else. The type of information involved determines how seriously you need to respond. Also, check when the breach happened, when the company discovered it, and what steps they recommend. Keep in mind that one message may arrive months after the original incident. Before clicking the links, make sure that the notice is legitimate. Scammers sometimes send fake data breach warnings because they know people are worried and likely to act quickly. Instead of using a link in an unexpected email or text, open the company's official app, type the website address yourself, or call a trusted number from the old statement or the back of your card. Once you know what was exposed, start with the affected account. Change its password and review the contact information connected to it, and check for the devices, purchases, messages, or account changes you do not recognize. If you use that same password anywhere else, change it on those accounts as well. Criminals often take a password stolen from one company and try it on the email, banking, shopping, or social media accounts connected to it. Your email account deserves special attention because it is often used to reset your other passwords. Give it a strong, unique password that you do not use anywhere else. You should also turn on two-factor authentication whenever it is available. That means that the account asks you something beyond your password, such as a code, a fingerprint, or approval through another app. One important detail is to check your recovery email address and phone number. If someone changes those, they may be able to lock you out even after you update your password months later. If payment or financial information was exposed, begin watching your bank and credit card accounts for charges or withdrawals you do not recognize. Do not wait only for a monthly statement. Check your accounts directly and turn on transaction alerts when your bank offers them. If card information was involved, contact the card company using the number printed on the back card and ask whether it should be replaced. If more sensitive identity information was exposed, such as your social security number, you may also want to check your credit reports. Credit monitoring can alert you after certain changes happen. A fraud alert tells a business to take extra steps to verify your identity. A credit freeze is stronger because it limits access to your credit file, making it harder for someone to open a new credit account in your name. A freeze will not stop every kind of fraud, so continue watching your existing accounts. Save the breach notice and write down what actions you take in case you need that information later when talking to authorities. Even after you secure your accounts, there's another danger to watch out for: scams connected to the breach. Criminals may pretend to represent the affected company, your bank, a credit bureau, or even the government. Because they may already know your name, email address, or other details, their messages can sound surprisingly convincing. Do not trust a message simply because it contains accurate information about you. Avoid unexpected links, attachments, phone numbers, and requests for passwords or verification codes. Instead, open the company's official app or visit the website directly. This is also a good time to improve your everyday security habits. Use a different password for every important account. Consider using a reputable password manager and turn on two-step verification whenever possible. You should also remove payment information from accounts you no longer use and close old accounts when you can. The less personal information companies keep, the less information there may be to expose in a future breach. It can be helpful, especially when sensitive identity information may have been exposed. Verify that the offer is legit through the company's official website before enrolling, and remember that monitoring usually alerts you to suspicious charges. It does not prevent every kind of fraud. The FTC generally recommends taking advantage of legitimate free monitoring offered after a breach. Yes, especially if that old account used a password you'd later reuse somewhere else. Change the password anywhere it is still being used, and consider closing the old account if you are no longer needed. Old login information can still help criminals attempt to access newer accounts. It is less serious than a password, bank account number, or social security number being exposed, but you should still be careful. Scammers can use your contact information to send convincing emails, texts, calls, or verify unexpected messages by connecting them to the company through information you already know is legitimate. It is safer to make every important password completely unique. Small variations may still be easy to guess after one version is exposed, so Password Manager can help create and remember stronger passwords. Turning on two-factor authentication adds another layer of protection if a password is stolen. No. A credit freeze does not prevent you from using existing credit cards and does not lower your credit score. You will usually need to temporarily lift the freeze when applying for a new loan or credit account, and you should still monitor existing accounts because a freeze does not stop unauthorized charges on them. When a company announces a data breach, the most important thing is to stay calm and respond based on what was actually exposed. First, verify that the notice is legitimate. Then find out what information was involved, secure the affected accounts, change any reused passwords, and turn on two-factor authentication. If financial or identity information was exposed, watch your accounts and consider additional protections such as a fraud alert or credit freeze. Remember that breach notice does not always mean your information has already been misused. It means you should take sensible precautions before a small risk becomes a bigger problem. If you have received a data breach notice or still have questions about what steps to take, leave a comment below. Your question may help someone else who has been dealing with a similar situation. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone else who could use these tips. For more information about professional website services and how M.A.P systems can help your business, visit us at 123mapwebsites.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.